Hey guys, Ryan here from Fight Club. I wanted to just challenge you with something that God's been putting on my heart. And I say challenge because it is a challenge. It's a challenge for me, and I know it's a challenge for all the other men out there. And here's what it is. The word transparency. This I know has a lot of implications, but one of the things that I think is important for us to do is the giving over of our weakness to place it in the strength of other men. And one of the things that God's really been putting on my heart is that if we are more transparent about giving away what it is that we can't handle or are addicted to and need to be broken of it, or just a matter of sinful things in our lives that keep us from being the men of God that He is calling us to be, and we actually give those away to the other men in our Fight Club, man, powerful things are going to happen because they're going to be praying for us on a regular, hopefully daily, constant basis. So I want to just repurpose the reason why we are transparent in these groups. We can be vague, we can be broad, and we can hit things that are not really challenging for us. Or we can get real. We can expose the weakness, not to be shamed or judged, but to pass those along, because I believe it's truly valuable when we give over our weakness to other men. And when they take it and they pray for diligently, specifically for us, they're praying to a God who is strong, willing, and ready to transform our lives from the inside out. And I think Paul gives us a great example about how to do this in 2 Corinthians 12:9, where he says, boast in our weakness so that God's grace will be shown in our life. Because it is sufficient. God's grace is there for us so that we can actually live and do what it is that we're supposed to do. In Philippians 4:13, he actually tells us that we can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So if we're going to get our strength from Him, we need to get rid of the things that are not of Him. And Ephesians 5 actually says that we're not just supposed to look at the things that we call darkness or sin or weakness, but we're supposed to expose them. Expose the darkness to the light. This is why it's so important for us to be transparent as men, because I believe that as we take these things out of our lives that truly are in the dark and we expose them to the light, which is bringing them to our other fellow men in the Fight Club, and they're going to be praying for us, and that part right there is going to be diligent. So I want to let you know, as you grab a hold of other people's weaknesses, I want to let you know how valuable and how important those things really are when you're handling other men's weak areas, because you're literally covering them not only with prayer, but you're covering them in protection. And soon I think some of our weakest areas will become some of our greatest testimonies for us as men to see what God will and have done in the past. So as you engage more in the Fight Clubs, engage more in the relationships with these men, I want to challenge you, please, be more transparent with the guys around you. And when you're taking these weaknesses and prayer requests from other men, realize and recognize how valuable they really are, because you're taking something that they need help with and you're taking it back to God. So if I could challenge you and to be transparent, because there really is no better place to do this than Fight Club.